RMJ Movie Reviews back again, everybody, with my Christmas Happy Holidays movie review with my review of Christmas Vacation. Excuse me, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I was going to do Home Alone, but for some reason, YouTube is getting really retarded with how long it takes for me to upload things. So Home Alone's going to be for tomorrow, and then I'm going to do some other holiday reviews for the rest of the month of December until we change it to New Year's. Man, National Lampoon Christmas Vacation is a classic, man. I mean, this is, one of the Christmas movies that I grew up on. I remember seeing it on HBO when it very first premiered on HBO, which is like way back in like 1990. This movie, I will say, out of the four Griswold movies, Vacation, the original, is the best, and then Christmas Vacation is a close second. This movie is definitely a step up from European. I'm sorry, man. I hate European Vacation. I think European Vacation sucked, man. And Vegas Vacation was just retarded. I just, oh my god. But man, this movie is so ridiculously crazy, man. What I love about the National Lampoon's movies is how absolutely berserk and absurd Chevy Chase's character is. I mean, this dude wants to so bad create like the ultimate vacation and holidays that he ultimately self-destructs and just starts doing like this dude is like pathological in how he's so insane when he goes about this quest for fun, as he says in the original movie, man. And also what I really love about Christmas Vacation is how it really evokes that holiday Christmas spirit. You really get a sense of course, with all the slapstick comedy and all the goofy things that go on in the movie, you really do get a sense of Christmas and family and the holiday spirit, and really just a lot of the kind of the annoyances that come along sometimes with, yeah, it's fun to have family all together, but at the same time they can kind of drive you crazy too, man. Of course, I can go through all the memorable gags in this movie, man. I'm trying to think of the real funny ones right off rip. Of course, we all remember the one with the house that lights up all at one time. I mean, that gag is so retarded, man. I mean, it shows the lengths that Clark Griswold will go to have a good family Christmas, that he literally put lights all over his entire house. And the funny part too is how, like, when they actually find the plugs, he's got like 20 or 15 or 12 plugs that are all plugged in and out of the thing. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous, man. I mean, the house would have burned down if you actually had that many plugs in. And I love how when they shut the lights off, the neighbors across the street, who have absolutely nothing to do with the story at all, they simply serve their part of the story is just to be terrorized by Chevy Chase. And it's actually Julie Louis Dreyfus. I might have said her name. I'm sorry. Julia Louis Dreyfus, who was on Seinfeld, and I don't know the other guy's actor name. I should have looked it up in the credits. But of course, we all remember the gag where when they shut the lights off, they just start like breaking stuff in the house and tumbling down the stairs. Because we all know, like, sometimes when you wake up in the middle of the night and when you're used to being like in a certain level of light, and then it's all that brightness and you shut it off, you can't see anymore. So, that's a hilarious gag. This movie is kind of a little bit of a mixture of kind of like adult humor and slapstick humor. Because there's a lot of stuff like with Chevy Chase, like the gag where he goes into the attic and he gets hit in the face with the stairs from the attic door, and he's stepping on the wood planks and it's smacking him in the face and all that, and the one on the sled where he skids across the road and goes into Walmart. But really, my favorite gags are kind of just, aside from the physical slapstick ones, is just like the ignorant stuff that like Chevy Chase and Randy Quaid say. I mean, these two are ignorant, man. And I love how psycho, because essentially it's funny how Clark is so annoyed by Cousin Eddie, but really they're one and the same person. I mean, they're both absolute complete lunatics. Randy Quaid is a lunatic too. Clark is a lunatic, but he's kind of more of a passive aggressive type of lunatic. And it's kind of funny how when things don't go his way, he physically acts out like beating up the Santa Claus, which that's kind of taken from a gag in the first movie where he punches the moose. But destroying the Santa Claus and kicking the presents under the tree. But the thing that I always find funny about this movie is how he wants to invest in this pool, but it's revealed at the end of the movie that he blatantly knew that he didn't have enough money in this check. He was expecting a holiday bonus, but they weren't giving it out this year. So really, essentially, Clark has no reason to be mad. Every horrible thing in the story that happens is completely of Clark's own doing and his carelessness. He will put all logic aside to do whatever it is to make the family happy, and he doesn't do anything smart. So he's just like Eddie. That's what's funny. I love the scene where what is it he asks the wife? The wife says what is it she says? I think she asked him, did you check the lights, or are the lights plugged in? And then he goes, honey, you think I would really put up all these lights without making sure they were plugged in? And I love the little nuance how she kind of gives this look like, yeah, and then she looks away. I never caught that before, man, but this movie is crazy, man. And then of course, who could forget the gag with the squirrel, man? That is so hysterical, man. When he goes, I'm coming back in the room. I'm coming in the room with you. His father says to him, and then he goes, squirrel, and then they run across the room. That part is so crazy. But I'm telling you, the hands down, the funniest gag in the movie, I think to me is I think he's the great uncle and the great aunt. And he's the dude who goes like, that blessing. That dude is hysterical, man, when he burns down the tree. Oh my God, man. And then what's the other gag? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just going through all the gags that I love in the movie, kind of more than a movie review. But man, I love the other one too, where they're eating the turkey on the table and the table starts shaking, and then Clark goes like, hey Eddie, what's wrong with the dog? And he's like, oh, he's just yagging on a bone. And then the dog goes like, Pah! And you hear this loud sound effect. This movie is crazy, man. This movie is just so ignorant, man. And then just some of the jokes that Cousin Eddie, kind of the back and forth that goes on between Eddie and Clark is just, oh man. I love the scene where he's talking to him in front of the Christmas tree, and he's talking about the dog, and he goes like, I can't remember exactly what he said, but he was like, yeah, if the dog just grabs your leg, it's just best to just go ahead and let him finish. I'm like, this is ignorant, man. This movie is crazy. Oh man, Christmas Vacation is just a classic, man. It's just, like I said, you got the slapstick gags. You got the ignorant kind of adult comedy, like with Chevy Chase talking to the fine, the girl that works like in a J.C. Penney's or whatever, and he's like, "Oh, it's a little nipply out here." I'm like, "What? This is crazy, man!" This movie is absolutely insane, man. What's the other gag I love? I love the gag where the great uncle takes the hat off and the toupee is on there, and it gives the close-up of Cousin Eddie's wife, that look on her face. I mean, oh man, Christmas Vacation is a nutty classic, man. I love this movie, man. I mean, of course, I've seen it so many times, so the gags, of course, they're not as funny as it was the very first time you see it, but I mean, this movie is it's stupid, man. It is stupid crazy. Like, I mean, this guy goes out to get a tree from the wilderness, and he doesn't even have a saw. And then it shows this thing with the roots pulled out the ground. I mean, man, Christmas Vacation is stupid, man. It's crazy, man. Now, of course, it's not funnier than the original Vacation, but it's still a close second, man. But guys, I might have missed some stuff, man, but I love Christmas Vacation. It's an ultimate Christmas classic. It's up there with A Christmas Story. It's up there with, all the tons of other ones. The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, all those movies, man. So please, RMJ Movie Review, subscribe to my channel, write some comments below. People who are subscribed to my channel, I had one viewer who asked about me doing some Van Damme and Seagal action pictures. Those are coming soon. I'm going to finish up the month of December, and then I'm going to come with some old school action classics. Subscribe to my channel, share my videos. Let's talk about Christmas Vacation. Let's talk about the other 3 pictures. And RMJ Movie Reviews will be back with Home Alone starring Macaulay Culkin. See you soon.